Let's see how you can apply under the new Caregiver pilot program. Before I continue, please subscribe to our channel and enable notifications. In my previous video, I talked about the qualifications for Caregiver pilot program. If you are not familiar with those qualifications, I just post the link up here and you can watch that video prior to watching this video. But assuming that you are a person who meets all the qualifications for Caregiver pilot program, you need to go through stages or steps to finally become a permanent resident of Canada under this program. The first 3 stages could be done almost concurrently. However, each of them is essential to this program. Stage number 1 is to assess your educational credentials through an ECA organization. If you're not familiar with ECA organizations, I have a link down below here. You can click on that and find those ECA organizations. You need to show that your education outside Canada is equivalent to 1 year of post-secondary education in Canada. If you have already completed 1 year of post-secondary education or more in Canada, then you don't need an ECA report. The second step that you need to take is to take an acceptable language test. As I mentioned in my previous video, there are 4 tests, 2 of them for English and 2 of them for French. You only need to take one of these 4 tests. For English, IELTS General or CELPIP General, and for French, TEF Canada or TCF Canada. Your level of knowledge under each ability of the language needs to be at least equivalent to CLB 5 or Canada Language Benchmark 5. The third step, which is again another concurrent step to the first 2 steps and probably the most crucial step in this program, is to find a job offer in Canada. Without a job offer, you cannot apply at all. The person who offers you a job needs to have a genuine need for somebody to work for them under NOC code 4411 or NOC code 4412. However, job offers that are for housekeepers or for foster parents are not acceptable. Obviously, the job offer needs to be full-time. It needs to be a salary that is equivalent or more than the prevailing salary under any of those NOC codes, and it needs to be outside the province of Quebec. Your employer needs to fill out necessary forms and present enough documentation to convince the immigration authorities they truly need you and they are willing to hire you at the salary that they are claiming. When you have completed all these 3 steps, then you need to collect documents and pay the processing fee and everything else and put them in a package. That package, which includes your personal information, your spouse or common law partner information and documents, your children information and documents, must be sent by mail to the CPC in Edmonton, which is a visa office in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. If you don't know the addresses, I have a link down below this video, which includes the addresses for the Edmonton office. You will apply for a combination of a work permit, which is a restricted open work permit, and eventually immigration to Canada. You can also apply for an open work permit for your spouse or common law partner. If your spouse or common law partner prefers to study in Canada, you can apply for a study permit for your spouse, and for your children, for your minor children, you need to apply for an open study permit for them. It means that you don't need an admission from a school, but you need to pay the processing fee for a study permit to receive a study permit for them. So when they come to Canada, they are allowed to study in Canada. I have the details in the link below this video. When you prepare the application for work permit / immigration, you need to pay the processing fees. The processing fee could change in the future, so I'm not going to state them here. But again, in my article, I have the details of all the processing fees, and you can take a look at them, and I will regularly update that table to make sure it is up to date. When you submit your application to the visa office or CPC in Edmonton, they review your documents and your forms, and if the officer is convinced, they will issue you a restricted work permit, and for your spouse a work permit, or your children study permit, and you can travel to Canada. This is when you can start working in Canada. You need to work under NOC code 4411 or 4412, depending on your work permit. You need to respect all the restrictions on your work permit, but because your work permit is an open work permit, you do not necessarily need to work for the employer who offered you the job in the first place. When you complete at least 24 months of full-time work under NOC 4411 or 12 in Canada, that's when you enter the last step of this process. You need to notify the immigration authorities that you have met the eligibility requirements for immigration to Canada. They will review your documents and evidence. If they are convinced, they ask you to go through medical examination and check your background to make sure you are not inadmissible to Canada, and eventually they will issue permanent residence to you and your family members. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Parsai. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I teach immigration consulting at Ashton College. I'm the author of 88 tips on immigration to Canada. You can find out about your purchasing options by visiting 88tips.ca. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and enable notifications. See you soon.